Bring the stage back!
As this is the comedy gym, I'm working on 20 minutes, 20 solid minutes for the month of November. So this is some practice on some of those minutes, probably about 12 to 15. We'll see how it goes. I had a birthday recently. I turned, too loud? Oh, am I too echoey? All right. I still had a birthday recently. And we went out to dinner, and friends and family. And somebody said, "How old are you, Brad?" And somebody else said, "He's 55. And I said, "I'm not 55, I'm 47. And somebody else said, "You know, you look pretty good for 55. 47, not so much." You might see, thank you very much, my intro joke. You guys might see I'm filming today. I film for YouTube. And I'm also doing YouTube Live for the first time. I used to do Periscope, but my friend Tremont is helping me with YouTube Live. I do this so that, number one, I can see how I do and I can improve from week to week. And I also do it to share it with my friends on the internet who can't be here. Recently sharing on YouTube, I got a comment. I got a comment from a guy who said that I suck, I have no delivery, and my jokes aren't funny. And, I told him, hey, I've only been doing this for 9 months. I work a full-time job. I'll tell you about it later, but I work a full-time job. And this is what I do, to relieve stress and stuff. And I said, pal, you should walk a mile in my shoes before you start criticizing me. Like 10 seconds later, there's a comment, he replies to the comment, dude, you should walk a mile in your shoes. So this month, I'm walking a mile every day, take a little bit of the weight off, have a little bit of a better presentation up here for you guys. And I appreciate his feedback. It was me, but I still appreciate it. It was coming from a good place. I've had neighbor problems recently. I had a second car. It was a 2002 PT Cruiser. And I had it so I could take my dogs, who are a little bit bigger and older and have trouble getting into the big Jeep. I could take them, where they need to go, like vet appointments for a walk, things like that. But I don't drive it much. And the rules for the community are that cars need to be moved once a week. And so the other day, a neighbor confronted me and said, "All you do is move the car. You don't drive it. You can't park it here." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. I'm dealing with the rules and everything." And it was kind of weird because somebody for 6 months had been calling the security on my car. And so every week I'd get a note on my car explaining what the policies were, even though I'm complying with them and stuff. And I put it together and I asked, "So are you the guy that's calling on my car?" He said, "Yes." Okay, this really pissed me off. And it pissed me off even more because this guy and I should have so much in common. Number one, we're both USC football fans. We both wear our USC gear all the time, right? So, we should have that. Number two, I have a boxer dog, and he has a boxer dog. And the third thing is that we're both fucking his wife. I mean, we should... I love that joke. I fucking hope he sees it too. That'd be great. True story. Absolutely true story, yeah. You guys know who Donna Brazile is? Donna Brazile was the interim chair of the Democratic National Committee during the 2016 election. She was responsible for the Democratic Party to help get Hillary elected, which didn't happen. Okay, she came out with a book recently, and there's a couple things that are important from her book. One is that when Hillary got all sick and collapsed in New York on I think it was the September 11th memorial, she considered replacing Hillary with Joe Biden. I mean, that's kind of big. I mean, if she had replaced Hillary, their candidate with another candidate just 2 months before the election, that would be pretty huge. The second thing is she accused Hillary of rigging the primary election against Bernie Sanders. That's pretty crazy. She basically, now Donna Brazile, the first African-American woman to lead the DNC, basically called Hillary a rigger. And not just an ordinary rigger, but an uptight small-town New York rigger who couldn't get rid of her Arkansas rigger roots. Is that joke okay? I mean, maybe I should have called her a rigga. Is that a little better? All right. I don't remember making that joke just now. If I did make that joke, I was drunk and gay, just like Kevin Spacey. You notice how bad these apologies have been. You know, the other clown in the entertainment industry, Harvey Weinstein. You guys see that story about how he jacked off into a plant? He was with a reporter, who's now an LA reporter, Lauren Sylvan. And they were at a Cuban restaurant in New York like 10 years ago, and she didn't want any of him, and so he finished in a plant. And I have a dramatic reading for you, and this is from the perspective of the plant. You walked over. I hoped you would speak to me. The most powerful man in entertainment. A man who could put me on the set of an Oscar-winning film. A man who could make the light shine brighter and the carbon dioxide richer with every cross-country private jet flight. But when you turned away from your date and came on to me, I felt different. I felt your seed land upon my leaves. Yet I have no flowers to contain it, and for that I felt deeply ashamed. Come quickly, she yelled. We can still catch the elevator. You took my leaf and wiped yourself off, leaving just a stain to sustain me. And you left me in the corner, forgotten for a decade. That's the plant involved in the Harvey Weinstein plant incident. You guys don't like bullying, do you? Anybody here like pro-bullying? Like, I hate bullying, okay? You like bullying, sir. All right. Now, you guys might not have guessed this, but I am not a professional comedian. What I actually do for a living is I work at home and I provide tech support to the people of India. Nice. I have an Indian name so that they're comfortable with me. It's Vijay Panir Swami. Actually, that's not my full Indian name. My dad was a pioneer in this field, and his Indian name that he used on the phone with these people was Vijay Panir Swami. So I go by Vijay Panir Swami Jr., or as my customers often call me, VJJ. You know, I was handling a call one day. I'm sitting on my couch, okay? I've got a dog to the right of me. I've got a laptop in my lap, and I got a screen to the left of me, a second screen, and headphones on, and I'm working on a call. And I hear some noise outside. You know, it was the neighborhood kids, and it sounded like they were picking on somebody. And you know, there's this one neighborhood kid, he's this fat kid, he's totally obnoxious, and he's always in the middle of this crap. And I hadn't, you know, yelled at him or anything in probably a month, and I just figured, okay, I gotta go out there and straighten this out. I don't like bullying, and I don't like that kid, you know, bringing trouble around my place. So I go outside, and I assess the situation, and I see that actually it's the kids that are bullying the fat kid. And some of the kids are yelling, "You garbage, you garbage." And some other kids are yelling, "You starfish, you starfish." And I think about it a minute, and I go, kids, stop. You're doing this wrong. It's you darvish. Right, the Dodger pitcher who flew the World Series. Okay, thank you very much. Rick liked it, all right. All right, so I helped them practice a little bit, and then I went back inside. They just continued bullying the kid, but did it right. About 4 weeks ago, I don't know, any of you guys astronomers, you know, backyard astronomers, maybe you've looked up in the sky, seen the moon, seen some stars, you know what's up there? Well, about 4 weeks ago, it was a very rare event. The planet Uranus was in opposition. And, you know, backyard astronomers were very, very happy about this. I have a friend, Bob, in Tennessee. He bought me this hat. And my friend Bob texted me and that evening, a couple hours ahead, and he said, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" "I'm going outside to see UR space ANUS, your anus." I'm like, whoa. And okay, this has always been funny. The Uranus joke has always been funny, but now it got creepy with texting because, you know, we always, instead of typing out your, we always type you are. So I looked at that and I thought, okay, I don't want anything to do with this. This is, you know, puckered up my butt a little bit and just sat inside that night. You guys hear about George Takei, right? George Takei was accused of roofieing, you know, putting roofie pills in a guy's drink in the early 80s and fondling him when he was passed out. I saw this accusation. I was very troubled by it, but I was troubled enough to write a song. One afternoon at a Star Wars convention, Mr. Sulu got my attention. Now there's something I should probably mention. I was unaware of his intention. Son, I ain't telling you no lie. I was roofied by George Takei. George looked at me and did not blink. Asked me if I'd like to come up for a drink. I didn't really need time to think, but my Star Trek communicator, which I forgot, oh no I didn't, could not get its uplink. Son, I ain't telling you no lie, I was roofied by George Takei. Or as I'd like to sing it, son, I ain't telling you no lie, I was roofied by George Takei. You guys sing along next time, okay? He suggested food delivery he would buy, and he ordered himself a chicken pot pie. I asked him what soup I should try, and he whispered, cream of some young guy. Son, I ain't telling you no lie, I was roofied by George Takei. Son, I ain't telling you no lie, I was roofied by George Takei. I sat on his couch and he gave me a glance. Then the walls and the ceiling, they began to dance. I fell asleep. I was in a deep, deep trance. And I woke up with his hand in my underpants. Now, son, I ain't telling you no lie, I was roofied by George Takei. Son, I ain't telling you no lie, I was roofied by George Takei. I sure don't swing that way, you fool. Get your hand away from my tool. Then he pulled out his own sword and started to drool. And he said, if you tell one soul, you're gonna end up in Bill Shatner's pool. Yeah. Son, I ain't telling you no lie, I was roofied by George Takei. Son, I ain't telling you no lie, I was roofied by George Takei. Yeehaw! Guys, my name is Brad Hutchings. I'm 55 years old, and I want my fucking senior discount. Rick, the mic's all yours. Thank you very much.